CIS 9467 final. So for this final, I've decided to do it on VBA and how VBA could be useful in a small business setting. Small businesses usually don't have a lot of funds to buy sophisticated software that will take their orders or keep track of various costs and expenses. But all of this can be done through Excel, VBA, and various other functions. So to demonstrate that, I have created a fake catering company called CIS Catering, which is run out of someone's home or a small business. So we have our menu right here. So the items, how many people each item serves, and the price per item. So they can either buy a la carte, so choose each item individually, or buy a package 1 and package 2, and each package has a variety of different things. So when someone comes to place an order, instead of taking the order through a notepad or through another sophisticated software that's very expensive, you can just click this button, which I programmed to generate a order form. In the order form, you have the customer name area, number of guests, delivery date, address, type of package they want, the products they want, and if they have any comments. So when this order form is filled out, it dumps the data in this worksheet, the data table worksheet, and so you have your date, name, address, the type of product they want, and head count, and any comments they left. So how was this order form created? So let's go to the VBA menu. So it's created right here through the VBA insert order form function. And you can customize this any way you want. Add more products, add more data boxes, various types of other functions. Right here, you can change the font, color, and other formatting features. You can even add a background picture to it. And each of these text boxes have been coded with different functions. So let's try to run one and see what happens. So I'll hit run. Let's go back. Order form. So if you are missing any information, the order form will automatically give you a notice saying, please fill out that text box, because otherwise you don't have a full order. So this is very easy if you forget to write down information. So for customer name, I'll put down my name. For the number of guests, it has to be a number. So if I try to put anything else, a error comes up saying please enter a number. So we'll put 50. You have the delivery date, which is the same thing, has to be a date. So we'll put New Year's. Put the address. Let's make one up. New York, we'll choose a la carte. Choose some different items right here. And for a comment, we'll put arrive early. We'll e-sign and we'll hit submit. So if any of those information was missing, a dialog box would have popped up notifying you to fill that information out. Otherwise, it would not submit. So once this is submit, as I said before, it dumps the data right here. So we just have the new data we entered in right now. It places a 1 for the item that you chose, and a 0 for the item that you did not choose. And if you chose package 1 or package 2 based on the code, it will automatically make the choice, so you don't have to choose. So once this is here, this is very useful because this will help you keep track of what's going on, and you don't have to manually enter information in from a paper order form. So the information here is then being referenced to this worksheet, which is the platters worksheet. It generates a automatic order number. It brings in the date, the name of the customer, and then based on the date, the name, and the item name, it generates how many platters are necessary. So let's say for mine, I had 50 people, and I chose fruit salad, which only serves 15 people. So a formula will, oh, wrong sheet. A formula will pick that information up and round it up to however many platters is needed. So 3 platters in this case. And it'll do the same thing for every other item. Then in column P, it will generate the total bill. So how much the billing price will be. So for my order, it is $655. And then column Q generates cumulative revenue for the month. And then column R is a formula where it'll show you if you have completed the order or not. So you can, as you have completed the order, you can check them off, which is helpful because if you go to the analysis worksheet, all this analysis information will automatically change based on the information in the platters worksheet and anything that you have entered through the user form. This is a pivot table. So if we refresh this, my order will be part of it now. This is a pivot table that shows you which items are due each day, so you can keep track and start prepping them. This graph is a cumulative revenue graph, which is again updated automatically, and it'll show you your cumulative revenue over the amount of customers you have this month. So this month I have around 23 customers, and my cumulative revenue is around $12,000. And then you could compare with your other month's revenue and how many customers you have to see how well you're doing. This graph right here is a item order graph. It'll show you your best items that you're selling and your lowest sold items. And through this, maybe you can decide if the menu needs to be changed or if the prices needs to be changed. This is earnings per day, and it's a line graph which will show you how well you're doing each day. And this is one of the best functions because this will help you see who's left for the order. So if you haven't missed anyone, so you can see, you can check off you only want the names of the customers whose orders haven't been completed yet and when they're due. So if I want to see who is due on the 14th, I see as Tony is due on the 14th, so we can get started on his order very soon. Now to get back to the order form, it is generated through VBA as said before, and if we take a look at the code, you can see all the code and all the logic that goes into it. The first part, private sub text cancel click, is what happens when you click cancel. So it'll unload the order form and take you to sheet 1. But the most important part is this part, what happens when you click the submit button. So the submit button, so this part, sheet 2 activate, is telling it to dump the information in sheet 2. This function right here is telling it that there needs to be a text value entered into the customer name field. Otherwise, it'll pop the message, please enter your name. Same thing for this. There needs to be a number. There needs to be a value in the number of guests field. There needs to be a value in the delivery date field, value in the address field, and the signature box must be signed. So if you don't have a value or if the signature box is not clicked, the order will not be completed and dialog box will pop up. So this is very useful if you have a monitor just have a computer in your store that's taking customer orders, and so the customers don't make any mistakes, because it will not let you submit until those boxes are filled. This part right here is telling it how to code the numbers from the order form. So it's telling you to take the next empty row and then take the text from each of the dialog box. So text from the delivery date, text from the numbers, text from the address, number of guests, text from the comment box. This is telling it what happens if package 1 is chosen. So if package 1 is chosen, certain cells are selected and a 1 is placed on them, and certain other cells are selected as 0. And this part is telling you what happens with package 2. When package 2 is selected, same thing, certain cells will automatically get a 1 in them and certain cells will get a 0 in them. And this part is part for the a la carte price. So if you choose your own processes, so whatever you choose, if let's say fruit salad is chosen, it'll take the next empty row for fruit salad and place a 1 in them. And finally, this part is telling it any field that has not been chosen yet will get a 0. And this function right here is telling it that a the delivery date must be a date function, and this function is that there must be a numbers in the number of customer box. So as you can see, the Excel through VBA, you can customize the order form in a variety of ways and can be very useful and can save you a lot of money. Thank you.